Okay, so I have my Porter and Cable drywall sander here. It sucks up all the dust, and there's a pad here which is made of sandpaper. And this is great for new construction jobs where you're just dealing with drywall in a joint compound. So this is going to save a lot of sanding time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start up here in the corner and I'll work my way down here. So this just worked great because what it did was it took down any of the high spots or the ridge lines, and I had to be careful as to not to sand it too hard because again there is just one coat up there, so the tape isn't far behind it, and you definitely don't want to gouge in the tape. So if you just go lightly over the surface like that, that should take care of any high spots or ridge lines, so that when we go to a skim coat, we can just skim coat and not worry about getting chunks in your mud. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to sand down this whole ceiling, both the factory joints and the butt joints and the screw heads too. So we'll be back. Okay, so what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be mixing up a bag of Easy Sand not 90. This is hot mud. It dries via a chemical reaction, and it just dries a lot harder than normal joint compound, so it's ideal for situations like this. And so I have cold water in here, and it's very important to use cold water because if you use hot water, it'll speed up the set time on it. So just make sure that you have cold, clean water in here. And what I do is, since I'm going to be mixing up a half a bag, I normally put probably like 1 3/4 to 2 inches of water in here. So I'm just going to cut this here. And then I'm going to pour the contents of this in here. And then I'm going to use my drill here to mix this up here. And when you stir this up, you want to kind of stir it so that it's thicker than what you would want. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to add a little bit of water here so that it gets to the right consistency here. So it's like this, and then what you want to do is you want to use a stick here to wipe down the insides here, because the dry powder will stick to the sides of it, and you'll get chunks in your mud. So it's very important to scrape down the insides there, and then we'll give it a mix again. so this is what it looks like. So now I have 90 minutes to transfer this to the walls here until it starts to set. So you really have to work fast with this stuff. And this stuff is great too because once it sets hard enough so that you can work on top of it. So you can do a second coat or perhaps even a third coat in one day. So we're going to put this to... okay, so we're going to be taping the inside corner here, and as you can see, we just tore out the old corner taping, just so we can start with a fresh, clean surface. So what I'm going to do now is load up both the inside and the top here with mud, and remember, mud is the glue that holds the paper down. It acts like a glue, so you want to put as much mud back there first, so that when you put the tape in there and swipe down it'll compress and it'll stick. So now what we want to do is we want to load up the right hand side here. So I have my mud here, and what I'm going to do is come into it and then go out of it. And that's going to effectively load it up right there, and I'm going to put that right there to the wall. So you really want to press it into the corners and stuff. So now that is all loaded up here. And now what we're going to do is we want to load up the left-hand side of it here. So I'm going to reorganize my mud back to the middle here again. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come into it from the right-hand side and go out of it that way. So I'll come into it and go out of it. And it loads up like that, and it goes right to the wall like that. And with the corners here, you only want to use a 4-inch blade here. You don't want to come out this far. There's just no reason for all that. So. Now I have the tape right here. I'm just going to set this down here. There's two sides of the tape. There's a pointy side, which is right here, and then there's this side. The pointy side goes into the corner. So I'm going to put this into the corner here. You just want to work it in there with your hand. And then once it's in the corner here, I'm just going to hold it, swipe it, you want to go hard with it. And what that does is that makes it stick. So I'm just going to grab my Caulk here, and we're going to do the top one here. Now this is embedding it in there.